maprovinces ose ari 10 ari kuti aiwa deva Mnangagwa maramba muripo kusvika 2030. Nemayutiwo akataura, nana maiwo vakataura, nesu kuno Midlands province nemawo veterans edu vakataura kuti aiwa baba Mnangagwa idzai basa ramakatanga. Tazviona zvemadhamu, tazviona zvemabridge, migwagwa, kunoka takuitawo masola, kuno taane makombiyuta kumachonyonyo muzvikoro zvedu, kuno kumachonyonyo taane nemagetsi. Ndo zvatiri kuti baba varambe varipo.
Masquera say Zimbabwe, welcome to our channel Zoom Confessions and Deep Secrets. Kana karike kutanga kukuya panino channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Kana chikwa garoka subscribe, but don't forget to comment and share this video. Nasi Zimbabwe, tavigirai nyaburitswa ne Zanu PF official va Owen Mushe avabuda vachiramba vachipusha the 2030 idi anenge achipo despite nyakabudidzwa na president Emerson Mnangagwa yakabuda vachiti havana interest ekuextenda his stay in office. So nyayabudidzwa na Owen Mushe, the Minister of State for Midlands Provincial Affairs, vabuda vachitaura during a gathering kumasvingo. Vakabuda vachitaura vachiti maprovinces ose ari 10 ari kuti aiwa deva Mnangagwa varamba varipo kusvika 2030. Zvanzi nemayuthiwo akataura naamaiwo vakataura. Zvanzi nesuwo kuno kuMidlands province nemawo veterans edu vakataura kuti aiwa baba Mnangagwa pedzisai basa ramakatanga. Zvanzi tazviona zvemadhamu, takazviona zvemabridge, migwagwa. Zvanzi kuno kwava nemasola, kwava kare nemakombiyuta kumachonyonyo, muzvikoro zvekumachonyonyo kwane makombiyuta nekuda kwa baba Mnangagwa. Ndo nyaya yakabudidzwa na Owen Mushe, nyaya yakabudidzwa ne the Pindula News vachitaura ivo vachiti Zanu PF officials have continued to push the ED 2030 anenge achipo agenda despite Mnangagwa claiming he has no interest in extending term limit to stay president. Owen Mushe was filmed recently as he spoke to a gathering in Midlands. Speaking at a gathering in Midlands, he said all the 10 provinces have asked that Mnangagwa stays until 2030. The Youth League have asked for this, and the Women's League have also asked for this. Even here in Midlands province and the war veterans, we have also said that our father Mnangagwa needs to finish the work he started. We have seen dams and bridges constructed. We now have solar, we now have computers. Even here in remote areas, we have electricity in remote areas. So we want him to stay. President Mnangagwa has said at least twice that he has no interest extending stay beyond his constitutionally provisioned 2 terms. He is serving his last term, which started in 2023 and will end in 2028. Mnangagwa has said that he is a constitutionalist who believes in the following the constitution to the letter. Some quarters within Zanu PF in the opposition and analysts have, however, said Mnangagwa is disingenuous in his claims. Some have said that it's a well-orchestrated effort to distract those campaigning against a third term, while his supporters who work to push for a change of constitution to give him more terms in power. Some have questioned why he has not castigated individuals pushing the 2030 Anninga Achipo in public in order to stop the campaigns. Others have however said that his own words about being constitutionalist who is not interested in changing the constitution to stay in power can be used against him to ensure he leaves office in 2028. Ndonya yakabudidzwa na Pindula News muri Zimbabwe. Tingaziye kuti munaiona sei nyaya iyi zvakare. The army yakabuda chitaura iyo ichita kasvasi kuzosiya president Emerson Mnangagwa vachitonga kusvika 2030. Tingaziye kuti munoona sei nyaya iyi. Tudze zvamuri kufunga pamusoro penyaya iyi mu comment section. newsworks yakabuda on their X handle vachitaura ivo vachiti #roadblock for Mnangagwa. Chinese President Emerson Mnangagwa battles to extend his term of office beyond his 2028 second term constitutional limit, despite his feeble and ironic public denials. Claimed to be a constitutionalist, the stumbling block is the military, the traditional political power broker in Zimbabwean politics. Military sources tell the newsworks Mnangagwa will be blocked from any constitutional changes to extend his stay in office, which his party ZANU-PF is demanding. The army will strongly leverage its institutional and hard power to stop that succession process. The sources say Mnangagwa is locked in an internal power struggle with Vice President Constantino Chiwenga, who helped his ascendancy through a coup in 2017 to control the levers of state stewardship and resources. A military source said today, the army is clear on this issue, very, very clear. The president has to serve his constitutional second term and retire in 2028. Let's not forget that he was not supposed to run for a second term in the first place from the military perspective. Although publicly he seems to be in agreement that he will retire in 2028, in political circles he is speaking a different language and giving different signals, encouraging his core supporters to push for a constitutional amendment for him to stay on until 2030. That he has no takers in the security forces beyond a few individuals who agree that for self-interest, even among the public, it is not a popular proposal. Sources have repeatedly insisted Mnangagwa will be blocked by the military, even when he seems to have seized political initiative and to be on the ascendancy amid power consolidation and retention bid. A recent report by local think tank Zimbabwe Democracy Institute says it is abundantly clear that the military has played a decisive role in Zimbabwean politics as ZANU-PF continues to grapple with colossal succession battle. The role of the military in intra-party politics will become apparent in the decisive phase. Although at this moment that role has not been shown overtly due to the political-military nexus, the military will not be an innocent bystander in the processes to select a new leader in ZANU-PF and ultimately of the Republic. It is highly likely that, as the military has done before, it will exercise veto power in the election or selection of the ZANU-PF leadership. According to the military, the office of the head of state is a straitjacket whose incumbent must meet certain attributes, particularly possessing military credentials. The same credentials can be said to also apply to the office of ZANU-PF secretary. Thus, the successor to President Emerson Mnangagwa is likely to be a military man, not a civilian politician. Whether it will be Vice President Chiwenga or not is a subject of further inquiry, but the likelihood of a military man or military-backed candidate is inevitable and unavoidable and inescapable. As the succession debates continue to unravel amid indications that there is no homogeneity among ZANU-PF civilians, with the party divided between factions, this presents a potentially hazardous scenario. Rigorous research is required to understand the nature of elite contradictions within the military and their mechanizations regarding Mnangagwa's successor, as well as whether the military supports attempts to prolong Mnangagwa's presidency to 2030. Throughout Zimbabwe's history, the military has played a pivotal role in both the establishment and maintenance of political authority due to the communist-like civil-military relations, which necessitate the pervasive presence of the military in civil political processes. Zimbabwe experiences military-dominated civil-military relations. Despite 44 years of independence and civilian control, the military has remained the untimely foundation for the arbiter of power in Zimbabwe. It is highly likely that the military will be the arbiter among the warring factions as it was during the coup against Mugabe in November 2017. As political authorities in Zimbabwe is highly personalized, militarized, anyone who succeeds Mnangagwa will have to rely on the strength of their links to the military. This is especially true in the party like ZANU-PF, where there is an absence of an institutionalized structure of leadership succession, further intensifying factional fights. Therefore, the military's influence in Zimbabwean politics is both profound and enduring. The future of ZANU-PF and the public will likely continue to be shaped by the military's involvement, necessitating a nuanced understanding of civil-military relations and the unique historical and political context of Zimbabwe. The path to democratic governance in Zimbabwe will require addressing these complex dynamics and ensuring that civilian authority is upheld in accordance with constitutional principles. Those are Buddha Story News Ox, Zimbabwe, Pamsoro, Penya since the army is saying President Mnangagwa should retire in 2028. Since the saying 2 days of Pamsoro, Penya comment section.